Glad to have you back with us, and glad I've got a forecast that we're all going to enjoy for the next several days. It's similar to the one that I had for you last evening, but we'll make a few tweaks, and we'll talk about some sun and, yeah, some cooler air as a result of the not so cold front that rolled through earlier today, leaving some remnants there behind. But it's going to be beautiful for the next several days, all the way through your community day, and then maybe, just maybe after that, we'll get at least close to where we should be for the month of August. 90s is not something you've heard me say in weeks. I think I've only mentioned it once or twice in the forecast at all this summer. And we've got some more weather along those lines. I'll have that for you in more detail. Other headlines tonight include the court's response to the motion filed on behalf of Morgan County Judge Executive Tim Connolly yesterday, requesting to change his plea, more meth charges from Johnson County, and today was the deadline to file for nonpartisan candidates in McGoffin County. I'll run down the list of those who have filed in a flurry of activity yesterday and today for city council, some school board seats, and other races. We'll also have a few other things that I'll be touching on, with more to come later on in the week, and maybe a little entertaining segment going out this evening in lieu of an exclusive interview coming up tomorrow. Let's talk lunch before we go any further with the headlines. And that's been a touchy subject from what I understand with a lot of students and maybe some parents as well. You know, it was today that USA Today, the Black Christian News, Chronicle, and a host of other media outlets were picking up on a Kentucky school district who has opted out of the federal free lunch program. Why, you might ask? Well, maybe for some reasons that some parents out there understand here locally. The Fort Thomas Independent School District, it's in Campbell County, mind you, has opted out of the federal school lunch program. And that means they're literally giving away or giving back hundreds of thousands of dollars in federal funding as a result. And you might ask why, or you might already have a good guess. Basically, the kids do not like their lunches, which are deemed healthy by the federal government, and simply aren't eating them, so they're just going to let it go. Now, keep in mind that the Fort Thomas School District is a 2,800 student district, and it is joining a relatively small but a significant growing number of school districts across the country. Those are still mostly wealthier districts who can afford to do so and give back the money, and they've decided on a small number or small scale so far, but a growing number, to opt out of the program in wake of stricter nutritional standards. Schools are saying students that just don't like the unsalted potatoes, no salts allowed, or a very minimal amount in the recipes, low-fat cheese, or fruits and vegetables, which are made mandatory, and they're either just throwing their lunch away or just not getting it all, or bringing their lunch, as a lot of students here in the McGoffin County School District are starting to do. I've been hearing some similar grumblings at home, mind you, as well as from a few parents out there. And in fact, on that note, I sat down today, made a phone call, and we've set a time and date to speak with Food Service Director Andrew Oliver of the McGoffin County School System on Thursday morning. So you can look for that report coming up. Parents will see just exactly what the kids are being served, how they're responding, and what their thoughts are. And if you would like to include yours, well, I'm pretty easy to find and be included in that report. So that is coming on Thursday's program as we look to see just exactly what our students are eating and how the program works, and if there are any grumblings to have any merit to. So we hope to have a full report on that for you on Thursday. Also coming up a little later on, we're going to be talking about football because it's nearly football season. They have a scrimmage this Friday. They have actually a game against a scrimmage, mind you, against Sheldon Clark and Fairview at Sheldon Clark this Friday at 6:30, and then the season opener is next year at home on their, of course, brand new athletic complex on the 22nd. I spoke with head coach Scotty McCoy earlier today, and he says be sure to come and see us. They're going to be moving possibly into their new field house this Thursday, if the weather permits, as we know it's going to from here on out, to allow them to lay the blacktop on the surface up there on top of the hill and then down the incline. That's expected to begin tomorrow. They held off on today because they knew that there was a light rain coming. With that said, we'll be there seeing them move, maybe helping them if they need a little help. I'm pretty sure all those big, strong young men won't need my assistance. But the Heritage Bowl is next Friday. That's right. The home opener is going to be the Heritage Bowl, as they've been playing, of course, that game a week ahead of Founders Day and this year Heritage Day. That's also going to be the day they'll have their ribbon cutting ceremony before the game. Everyone across the board gets in free for the first home game. But we'll be talking to some of the players and the coach hopefully this week as they get ready to move into their new facility. So that's what we've got coming up just in part throughout the rest of the week. For now, more methamphetamine charges coming from the Johnson County area on the heels of just earlier this week, just yesterday, of course, bringing you a report about methamphetamine and heroin-related charges. We'll talk about tonight's arrest of 2 individuals who were said to be living in a car. It was actually methamphetamine charges in Johnson County last Friday, heroin-related charges in McGoffin County yesterday, and then on tonight's program, we're back to methamphetamine, back to Johnson County. Sheriff Dwayne Price's office tells me that on Friday evening, around 7:30, the Sheriff's Department there got a tip about possible drug activity at a residence or a location, I should say, at 555 Oak Log Creek in Van Leer. Deputies Byron Fairchild and David Pridemore responded, and upon their arrival, they were given consent to search the residence and a GMC Blazer parked on the property. Deputies said they located several methamphetamine precursors in the back hatch of the vehicle and over 20 used hypodermic needles and several snorting straws. Deputies determined that the 2 subjects seen here had been living in the vehicle. Scotty Sammons, who's 32, and 28-year-old Crystal Sammons appeared to be intoxicated at the time. Both admitted to injecting methamphetamine prior to the deputies getting there, and both were arrested and lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center on a charge of unlawful possession of meth precursors. First offense, that's a Class D felony, and assisting at the scene was also District 2 Constable Bob Hyden. The case is still under investigation by Deputy Fairchild of the Sheriff's Department, and as always, Sheriff Dwayne Price always says they need your information, never your name unless you want to provide it, but they will always take tips, anonymous or not, from the public and encourage you to call the Sheriff's Department at 789-3411. In other news, the federal court has responded to Morgan County Judge Executive Tim Connolly's motion requesting a plea change. As I told you on last night's program, he filed the proper documentation yesterday with the federal court clerk requesting to change his plea from not guilty to guilty. The matter before the court, the motion for rearrangement, has been accepted by the court. And with Connolly set to stand trial on August the 25th in federal court in Frankfort, he has now been given another date. They will accept his plea the day after, August the 26th at the hour of 1:30 in the United States Courthouse in Frankfort. He will, presumably, as we told you yesterday, plead guilty to 1 count of the original 6 he was facing, including 4 which were considered to be mail fraud. This also, of course, after the, as I told you yesterday, previous plea agreements from Kenneth and Ruth Gamble of McGoffin County, who had agreed to plead guilty to 1 count against them in exchange for testimony against Connolly during his trial. It appears as though that is a moot point at this time. His rearrangement, that is, once again set for Tuesday, the 26th at 1:30 in federal court in Frankfort. Got company coming? Looking to visit Sagersville and family, or just get away? Then come stay with us in one of 2 newly restored and uniquely appointed lofts over downtown, filled with history throughout. With a luxurious touch, king beds, free Wi-Fi, HD TV, and enough comfort to sleep 1 to 10 guests, book your stay at the Mortimer Lofts by emailing toreachsue@yahoo.com, find them on Facebook, or call 349-3299.
With a low-rate mortgage from Citizens National Bank, you can downsize your mortgage payment, not your home. New home or refi, Citizens gives you the personal service you deserve. And no gotcha fine print, just low rates. Stop by your nearest branch to apply today. Citizens National Bank. We take banking personally. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville. Satisfy your hunger and get a great deal on some famous home cooking at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe, where we started the under $5 daily specials. On Wednesdays, it's our 3-piece dinners, famous crispy or roast, any way you like it. Get a leg, thigh, and a wing, 2 sides, and a biscuit for only $4.99 or $3.99 after 4 o'clock, and you can get a breast, thigh, and a leg for just $1 more. All at where we cater, gatherings big or small, your Sayersville Lee's. Save big at Premier Auto, an '02 Hyundai Sonata, only $37.50. An '07 Pontiac G5, only $39.50. And an '09 Buick LaCrosse, just $99.50. An '06 Rhino, only 1,200 miles, just $69.50. And 100 miles per gallon, no driver's license, and no insurance needed. New scooters cut $500 to just $9.95 at Premier Auto in Paintsville. Regardless of where you want to ride, you can be riding on a brand new Kawasaki or Polaris for less at M&M Power Sports in Staffordsville. New Kawasaki's for the dirt, the street, or both, and ATVs and side-by-sides for every stage of enthusiasts to fish, hunt, haul, or play. And with rebates up to $1,300 and financing as low as 3.99%, it's never been easier to ride it, buy it, and start your next adventure at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority since 1964, M&M Power Sports.
If you have been in a serious wreck, do you really think that you are in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland. Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
Today, there's a lot of choices when it comes to picking out your new smartphone, but there is an easy answer. Appalachian Wireless has put all smartphones on sale for the entire month. Right now, you can get any smartphone at half price. That includes the HTC M8, the Samsung GS5, and even the shiny gold one that people are willing to stand in line for. Every smartphone, half price, now through the end of the month. Now that's pretty smart. Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings.
4 o'clock in the p.m. today was the deadline to file for nonpartisan races and also for independents to get on the November ballot. The election coming up on November the 4th. It'll be here before you know it. I have for you the list as was provided to us from the Magoffin County Court Clerk's Office, Renee Arnett Shepard's office, just at closing. I believe this to be the list in its entirety. Should there be any corrections, I'll have them on tomorrow's program. But we believe that we have the full list of candidates for a couple of school board seats, Sayersville City Council, Sayersville Mayor, Soil and Water Conservation seats up for grabs as well. We'll begin with Soil and Water Conservation candidates: Donald Gardner, Dwayne Skaggs of Avian, Deaton, Calvin Johnson, and Dallas Patrick. We have a total of 5 candidates for soil and water conservation seats here in Magoffin County. 2 school board seats will appear on the ballot for November: School Board District Seat 1 and District 4, both of which have their incumbents running for re-election. Carolyn Isaac, who is the Magoffin County Board of Education chairperson, has filed for re-election. She's challenged by Rodney Ward. And in School Board District 4, a seat currently held by Carl Howard Jr., he has since filed for re-election, challenged by Jesse Rudd II. The list of names running for Sayersville Mayor is unchanged since our last update. Still 4 candidates, that being current City Councilman Jeff Ross, current Sayersville Mayor Pete Shepard, and 2 other individuals, Gary Simpkins Jr. and former Sayersville Mayor Stanley Howard. And with a total of 6 individuals, the top 6 going on to serve for the Sayersville City Council, serve the city of Sayersville on the council. This is the list of candidates as was presented at closing time from the clerk's office: Mary Rao, Kenneth Poorboy Williams, Maloa Borders, Tommy Bailey, Tex Holbrook, Mary Ann Ward, Tom Frazier, Jeff Puckett, and Jeff Bailey. And I'm kind of going over this as we see here. We have Kenneth Poorboy Williams, 1 Sayersville City Council member currently, Tex Holbrook, Tom Frazier, and Jeff Bailey. That's 4 of the current 6. Jim Reed not filing to run for Sayersville City Council, and Jeff Ross, who of course is a councilman, running for the office of mayor. So you have 4 incumbents seeking 4 of the 6 seats, and then you have the other individuals who are also trying to be one of those 6 individuals. The top 6 vote getters will be your next Sayersville City Council persons. More headlines in a moment. Right now, it's time, as it usually is right about now, to check in and see what's happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar. Misty Gary sent me a notice that says, Happy 29th birthday, Misty Patrick Gullett, a.k.a. Judge Judy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday today. Happy 29th birthday to Misty Patrick Gullett from a host of family and friends. This just in from the Harold Whitaker Middle School. Their site-based council is going to be accepting nominations of parent members to the council for the upcoming school year this Thursday at 3 o'clock. They'll do so for 1 hour. And then the election of the Harold Whitaker Middle School site-based decision-making council parent members will be Friday at 3. Let me back that up real quickly, just so I get that on there with plenty of time. The Harold Whitaker Middle School will be taking nominations for parent members Thursday at 3, and the elections will be Friday at 3, both meetings in the school's library. Make sure I get that right. That's an important one. And another big event coming up on our calendar is the Dawkins Trail Youth Ride. They're going to gather and leave the Ivington Baptist Church at 6 o'clock on Thursday the 21st. That's next Thursday. It's a 2-hour ride. Bring your bike, bring your family, bring your friends, and bring yourself to a Safe Coalition-sponsored event. They're promoting activities for our youth and families toward a substance abuse-free environment. They're going to have a wonderful evening on the Dawkins Trail. They're going to leave the Ivington Baptist Church at 6 o'clock next Thursday the 21st, and you're invited. And I don't have it typed up, but I had it on there yesterday. Just a reminder, North McGoffin Elementary Site-Based Council meets in a regular session meeting tomorrow, 4 o'clock in the school's conference room, and everyone is welcome to attend. If you've got an announcement you want on our community calendar, birthday, anniversary, or special announcement, or something for your club or organization, church, mind you, whatever it is, this is how you get it to us, and we'll get it on. And it's free. Other announcements include funeral services brought to you on behalf of the McGoffin County Funeral Home and McGoffinCountyFuneralHome.com. 70-year-old Maddie Montgomery Fields of Salyersville passed away on Saturday, survived by her daughters Stella Kaufman, Tammy Pope, and Cammie Mitchell. Visitation continues this evening and until services, which start tomorrow morning at 11. Visitation and services from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will be held thereafter at the Maddie Fields Cemetery on Middle Fork. Once again, services to be held in her honor tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. 94-year-old Elizabeth Minix Bailey of Royalton Road passed away on today's date. She was married to Corbett Bailey, who preceded her in death. She's survived by sons James Dale, Howard G., and Jackie Neal Bailey, and daughters Pauline Jackson, Barbara Gail Howard, and Linda K. Howard. Visitation will be after 6 tomorrow, all day Thursday, and until services, which start Friday at 1. Both visitation and services from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will be at the Minix Cemetery on Route 7 following services, Friday at 1. And everyone at Salyersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center this August in wishing the happiest of birthdays to the people we care for the most, your family and ours. To our residents and staff, happy birthday. To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Whether it's for you to relax and get away, or a place for all the kids to splash and play, or both, keep cool in your new pool with Baker's Pool Supply of Irvin. Nearly 40 years of experience and the highest quality products and services at prices the competition can't touch. Plus parts, cleaning, chemicals, repair, service, and maintenance for any pool of any age you already own. All for in-ground install specials at 1-800-633-7102 or go to bakerspoolsupply.com. Get ready and get set to go to the 11th Annual Magoffin County Community Day celebration, Saturday the 16th at the Ramey Park in Salyersville. It's the only place to be to see Larry Sparks and the Lonesome Ramblers and be among the very first to get his new CD marking 50 years in bluegrass. Plus, Blue Highway, Mountain Heart, Adkins and Loudermilk, Turning Ground, Hidden Steel, Black Powder Express, and the Dixie Bridge Band in the Bridge's final performance ever, all for only $10, plus chances to win cash, prizes, even a car, and some of the best food you could feast on. So get your tickets now at either location of the Salyersville National Bank and get your blanket or lawn chair, your friends and family to Community Day 2014. I guess she always knew. Get ready, baby, or get baby ready with a simply adorable selection at the seasonal shop with bibs and blankets and bags, onesies and jammies, the cutest of outfits and matching accessories for Thing 1, Thing 2, or Thing 3. Hooded bath towels by Zucchini, bubble bath paints, blocks, bears, puzzles, picture frames, and shelves and shelves and shelves more. Find an absolutely perfect gift for the most precious of gifts at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Everybody wants a DQ ice cream cake for their birthday, but what about when it's not your birthday or someone's that you know? Problem solved. Get that same creamy chocolate and vanilla soft serve fudge and those awesome chocolate crunchies in our new cupcakes made just for one or maybe two. And if you only like the cookie a little, you're still going to absolutely love the Chips Ahoy Blizzard of the Month, all where you get the $5 lunch and breakfast till 11 in the a.m. Monday through Thursday and till noon Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and everything else on the menu from open till close. Your Salyersville DQ. Spend less time waiting or in line for your prescriptions or refills and get the care you need with the quality and convenience that matters most at Parkway Pharmacy, your exclusive provider of the finest in vitamins and supplements by Windmill Vitamins. Come in or drive through 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday or call Parkway Pharmacy 349-4400. Superior selection and superior service is what you'll find at Hutch, along with the best price on that new Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, Yukon, Enclave, Terrain, Regal, Camaro, and all other new Chevys, GMCs, and Buicks. Drive your trade-in on over or check out HutchChevrolet.com. And coming soon, Hutch Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Isn't it time to buy Hutch? I spoke at the start of the program about some folks that I'll be talking to later on in the week, Coach McCoy, as we get ready to embark on a whole new football season and era in Magoffin County. And I'll also be talking with the Director of Food Services in the Magoffin County School System on Thursday morning about the lunches that are being served and the response that the students have to the healthy federal guideline menu, if you will. And a few other folks we'll be talking to. We'll be talking to Rebecca Lynn Howard tomorrow. I've got an exclusive interview that I did after her performance at the Mountain Arts Center on Saturday night, and as was expected, an amazing performance. Tonight, since I've got a little time, we'll play maybe at least a portion, if not one of the songs that she did. I'll have that in just a second. We've got some weather-related topics to discuss right now, and that is the peak of the Perseids, which I did wander out at one of the occasions when I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and it was partly cloudy, but you could see some stars. And I'm very hopeful tonight that if you or I are up late enough or earlier enough, that we'll be able to see, even with a lot of nearly full-blown moonlight above, a very active show. If you don't get to see any shooting stars, that's going to be the culprit right there. It's not going to be the clouds, which more often than not, and you know that I love meteor showers. More often than not, when I talk about them, clouds just seem to magically appear, but it's not always the case. But more often than not, I've kept track. But it's going to be the moon is the problem. Just past the full moon from Sunday, one of our super moons, well, we're still looking at a lot of moonlight in the sky, overpowering many of the fireworks tonight. But as active as the Perseids are, the annual meteor shower that's extremely regular in its timing and can potentially be visible for weeks in the late summer sky, depending on weather and location, it's very likely that you'll see some significant activity. So keep that in mind tonight. The best place, if you can find it, somewhere dark, away from the light pollution, if you will, and where the moon is not directly in your field of vision. Basically, if you're looking up and you can find a dark portion of sky, you're going to be in a decent spot. And keep in mind, they travel at 45 miles an hour per second, and they're small particles. It's going to be a brilliant show for some folks, and we are now, with weather improving, in a pretty good place for it. Good luck is all I've got to say. I've been 20 years trying to catch one on camera. Keep that in mind. Now to your Licking Valley forecast. After the clouds gave way, I peaked out at 87 degrees here at the newsroom, and it did get a little hot and bright there at times. And we're going to see partly cloudy skies, I believe, after mostly cloudy skies have prevailed for much of the evening. They're starting to clear out better and faster than what we had hoped. Tonight's low of right around 60 will be followed by some more cool air tomorrow. This front that's just passed through, leaving behind the remnants thereof, 77. Look for the patchy fog tonight. Look for it early in the morning. Look for a cool low of the mid-50s tomorrow night. It's just got fall written all over it midweek, nearly mid-month of August. Thursday improving significantly. 80 for your daytime high, 57 for the low. Everything's going to stay in place. Temperatures are going to slowly climb, but for the most part, clear, calm conditions. Dense fog in the morning again Thursday. More sunshine above. Lows in the mid-50s. Friday, ditto. More sunshine. Clearer skies, I think, even on your Friday as things start to calm down even more. In the atmosphere, 80, 56 for your high and low. And Community Day, as I called it last week, still picture perfect. It's going to be a bit warmer, but it's going to be gorgeous. Mostly sunny, 84, 63. No significant change to your Saturday forecast. That is still calling for mostly cloudy skies late. Late Saturday night, we'll see clouds roll in that I think will start to give us back into the threat, if you will, of showers and thunderstorms on your Sunday. Notice temperatures around 85, mostly cloudy showers and storms, and we'll start to see conditions more remnant of the middle of August, which is, basically where we are, but not where we've been for weeks now on end. As far as any real heat coming, it's still in the realm of possibility, and things are building up certainly to see the mid, maybe upper 80s for a few days next week. My time is just about up, so we'll play. I'll tell you what, I'll play the song that put everyone in the house, in the Mountain Arts Center, with hair standing on their head and chill bumps all over their arms, maybe even elsewhere. We'll play that song, also an interview and some information, some new things to learn from our own Rebecca Lynn Howard, who we were so glad to see come home, even if it was ever so briefly. And I've got a few announcements, I think maybe even when they're going to be having a little bit of a party down in Nashville, if you want to make it to see the official debut of Loving Mary, which I'm excited to hear about. I probably won't get the chance to go, but maybe you can and tell me all about it. I'll even send you with a camera. We'll have that. We'll be talking about lunch in the McGoffin County School Systems, as I said earlier this week, and some other items that I promise you'll only see with me. So tune in and join us then. For now, thank you for watching, and have a good night.